Fruits Basket is an anime about Torhu Honda, a high school girl who stumbles upon the Soma family, a group of individuals who possess the zodiac curse. The 12 Chinese zodiacs are animals that correspond with a year of your birth, and they are used to determine someone's personality and destiny, or that's how the tradition goes. The members of the Soma clan are incarnates of these zodiac animals: rat, ox, tiger, rabbit, dragon, snake, horse, goat, monkey, rooster, dog, and pig. The two main characters we follow are Yuki the rat and Kyo the cat. This is a romance anime with tons of comedy and a lot of deep sadness as well, and so I wanted to talk about a very special episode in the first season, episode 7, entitled Spring Comes. It's a down-to-earth, touching episode that explains how tragic love can be, but love ultimately gets renewed. This episode starts out with Tohru traveling to the Soma estate that houses over 150 members of the Soma family. As seen early on in the show, the curse of the zodiac is that certain members of family can never hug a member of the opposite sex without transforming into their respective animal. Hattori, the family doctor, is one of those animals, specifically the seahorse, or some say the dragon. Hattori recommends Tohru get as far away as possible from this family due to the curse. Momoji, the rabbit zodiac, tells Tohru about Hattori's ex-girlfriend. Hattori and Tohru walk around the estate, and after a mishap, Hattori transforms. While in this transformed state, Tohru's actions remind him of his ex-girlfriend. Here's where it gets real sad. His ex-girlfriend, Kana, brought so much happiness into his life, and they thought they could beat the zodiac curse. Akito, the leader of the family, freaked out when they asked for permission to marry, and Hattori ended up going partially blind due to Akito's outrage. Kana could never forgive herself, and Hattori had to erase her memory. Just imagine that the girl you love with all of your heart basically goes insane, and to make sure she doesn't hurt anymore, you wipe her memory clean of your entire presence. Now, this is a story as old as time, but the way the creator of this show, Natsuki Takiya, crafts this hauntingly beautiful story is seriously impressive. There are way too many cliches about love for me to say right now, but somehow they all ring true in this moment. Hattori knew that he had a curse upon him, but Kana lifted that worry from him. In some ways, the love of another person can help you fix some of your insecurities, and while that is not a prescriptive statement, it is very pleasant to recognize how magical love can truly be. Kana and Hattori worked through their problems together. They didn't refrain from falling in love because they were both broken, but they fell in love and helped each other overcome their flaws. It's quite touching that two people can exponentially grow together, and that you can see all of that in a Japanese cartoon. But hold on, we aren't finished just yet. We see Kana again 2 years later. She has moved on and is now engaged to another man. And wow, is that not heartbreaking? There are actually two emotions that you might feel when a past lover of yours is getting married. One is regret, and even though you know that you are not supposed to be with that person anymore, you still regret not putting it all out on the line for her. Maybe you held back in some way, but you can also have another emotion: solace. Sure, you are sad and depressed about not being the person she marries, but you also take comfort in the fact that she is marrying someone that she loves. Hattori chose this emotion instead of regret. He understood that it wasn't about him getting the happy ending. It was about Kana finding love and ending up happy. If he had to sacrifice his own happiness for her, he would do it in a heartbeat. Man, isn't that just so surreal? Oh, you thought the love lessons were over? Nah, Tohru still has one more to teach us. In the final moments of this episode, Hattori asked Tohru the same question that Kana asked him a long time ago. That question was, what happens when the snow melts? Tohru replies the same way. Well, after the snow melts, spring comes, and things get warmer. That is so true though. Even through all the cold and bitterness of heartbreak and, metaphorically, winter, you can still dwell on the fact that spring will come. You will heal, and you will find someone else. Hattori is content to hear that. He can finally put his mind at ease knowing that he did what was right in helping his lover find happiness. And that's the greatness of the character that is Tohru Honda. I could do an entire video on how wonderfully brilliant she is as a romance anime protagonist, and I will actually. Just let me finish all of Fruits Basket first, so be looking for that video in the near future. If you enjoyed this video, please consider subscribing. As for Fruits Basket, I think we can all appreciate a resilient main character, and there are tons of life lessons to learn from this anime. I highly recommend watching it since it is very funny, very wholesome, and sometimes very sad, but that's what makes the story great: the deepness of the emotions you feel when watching it, whether they be happy or sad feelings. As for myself, this is the Eagle-Eyed Samurai, signing off.